The engagement center is designed to take a homeless population that really doesn't have somewhere to go. So many of those people are intoxicated and they have mental health issues and they're on the streets. That group often can't go to the shelters because the shelters don't allow intoxicated people in. They traditionally have been arrested, right? So this has been a criminalization of homelessness, if you will. This is an expensive population to take care of.
Wheeler is in the process of expansion. We recently moved into Bloomington and merged with a mission down there.
You know, as a homeless ministry, do we provide housing? It's something that the board has really wrestled with. I think if you were to ask them without a timeline, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. But whether we own it or we partner with someone has yet to be determined. Based on some of the ages of our youth, it's just not appropriate for them to be in an adult shelter. But yet there's also not a lot of youth beds that are available for that 17, 18, 19-year-old individual.
Outreach is a phenomenal organization. They do tremendous work, and they're high energy, and they're deeply loving, and their level of care is both convicting and inspiring. We've done some miscellaneous legal work for them in the past, but nothing really intentional. And so as Eric and I started talking about this earlier in 2015, I really began to admire both his faith and the way they were doing the work. And so I thought, you know what, let's try this out. Let's see if we can do a much more intentional partnership, because we just haven't in the past. And it's definitely one of the things that I'm most excited about for 2016.
I think the community is such an important component to what we do, whether it's making a financial contribution, giving your time and talents, or holding a food, hygiene, or clothing drive. We need to remember that the veterans served us, and now let's serve our veterans.
What we need from the community and what we need from churches in our community is to consider God's heart and His love for those in our community who are struggling. And I think it is a powerful thing when you see those who have power and resources speak up and look for ways to help and ways to bless those who don't have that kind of access and don't have that kind of power. That is a really, really important thing, and no one person can do that. It takes a community, it takes a church.
Knowing that there's somebody who is in a really vulnerable situation, who really needs our assistance, but we can't help them, knowing that they might not get the assistance that they need, it's kind of a bummer.
Having grown up here, I do not feel released or feel comfortable walking away from this city and the state that it's in, and not that one person can make that big of a difference. But that I know that I need to do everything I can to help provide a better tomorrow.
It's easy in our society to be in a silo, to act as if you can only see what's around you. But to be a community, to be a part of a community, then you need to be willing to reach out to those who may not feel that they are a part of, and connect with them and help them to have that hope in the future.
For the first time in my life, I'm actually planning my future.
If it wasn't for outreach, I would be probably in jail or just still on the streets, not doing anything at all.
Well, in the next few years, I hope to continue to move up with Wheeler since I work for them now. I started off working in the children's ministry, and now I have a job working as the women's programming assistant in our new facility. So I hope to move up to case management and someday even more than that.
In a couple of years, I would like to be in California studying my dream, being a video game designer. I know that there's a lot of things that probably won't go my way in life, and I try not to let barriers hold me back.
We are called the Neighborhood Christian Legal Clinic for a reason. At our founding, we wanted to be deeply entrenched in particular neighborhoods. Because we feel like that's what Christ did. When Christ was incarnated as a human being, the Gospel of John said he came and dwelt among us. And so we think that our particular mission is to move into different neighborhoods with our intake sites, with our partnerships, with our church relationships, and be present to our low-income neighbors in their space, at their convenience, in their time. And so in 5 years, I would love for the clinic to be in different neighborhoods around the state. That'd be lovely. And for us to be incarnational in those spaces, for us to be seeking justice for low-income clients in their space, for us to be demonstrating compassion in their space, because we think that's how Christ did it. And so we want to follow in his wake as he does his work.